6 signs you're emotionally starving in retirement. We talk a lot about financial planning for retirement, but here's the truth nobody tells you. Money isn't the only thing you can run out of. You can be surrounded by comfort and still feel completely empty inside. Emotional starvation is real, and it can sneak up on us so slowly we don't even notice until we're in the thick of it. Today, I want to share 6 signs you might be emotionally starving in retirement and what you can do about it. Retirement is supposed to be our reward, our time to relax, to enjoy, to finally live life on our own terms. But for many of us, the quiet isn't peaceful. It's heavy. It's the silence after years of noise, the empty calendar after decades of rushing. And if we're not careful, that emptiness becomes something far more dangerous. If topics like this speak to you, hit that subscribe button, because here we talk honestly about the emotional side of life after 60. Now let's dive into these 6 signs and see if any of them sound familiar. Sign 1, you feel invisible. It's a strange thing to live a whole life, raise children, work hard, contribute to your community, and then one day feel like you faded into the background. You walk into a room and no one really looks up. You speak, but people talk over you. This isn't just about being ignored. It's about feeling like your presence doesn't matter. And when that feeling sets in, it can chip away at your sense of worth. I remember talking to a friend who said, "I used to feel needed every single day. Now, I'm not sure anyone would notice if I stayed home for a month." That hit me, because I've felt it too. Sometimes invisibility happens slowly. Friends move away, kids get busy. Work no longer connects you to others. Other times it hits suddenly, like after the loss of a spouse or a big life change. Here's the hard truth. If we wait for others to make us visible, we could be waiting forever. The key is to find spaces where we're seen and to create them ourselves if we have to. That might mean joining a club, volunteering, or even just showing up to the same coffee shop every morning until faces become familiar. It's about building tiny bridges back into the world, because no matter your age, you deserve to be noticed. You deserve to take up space. Sign 2, your conversations feel shallow. You know that feeling. When someone asks, "How are you?" and before you even answer, they've moved on. It's like talking on the surface of a frozen lake. There's no depth, no real connection. In retirement, our daily interactions can shrink to quick chats at the grocery store or polite waves to the neighbor. And while those moments are fine, they don't feed our emotional hunger. We need real conversations, the kind where you lose track of time, where you feel heard, where you can be honest about the good and the bad. Without that, loneliness doesn't always look like being alone. It can look like being surrounded by people and still feeling unknown. The danger is when we don't get that depth, we start to shrink our truth. We stop sharing our real thoughts. And before long, we convince ourselves no one wants to hear them anyway. But here's the thing. Somewhere out there, someone does. The challenge is finding them. It might take joining a group, reaching out to an old friend, or even being the one to start a deeper conversation. First, sign 3, you're losing interest in things you once loved. Emotional hunger has a way of stealing our joy. Maybe you used to love gardening, painting, baking, but lately the tools sit untouched. It's not that you don't have time anymore. You have plenty. It's that the spark is gone. This can be one of the clearest signs of emotional starvation, because our passions thrive on connection. Sharing a meal, showing someone your garden, getting feedback on your art. Those moments keep the fire alive. Without them, the flame dims. I remember a neighbor who made the most beautiful quilts. She'd stop by to show me her latest piece, and we'd talk for hours about the colors, the stitches, the memories in each fabric. Then one year she stopped. She told me it's just not the same without someone to share it with. The truth is, joy often grows best when it's shared. And when our emotional cup is empty, even the things we love can start to feel like chores. Sign 4, you avoid social invitations. This one can be sneaky. At first, you might tell yourself you're just tired or that the weather's bad or you'll go next time. But over time, those skipped dinners, skipped game nights, skipped phone calls, they start to pile up. It's not that you don't want connection. It's that you're out of practice. Emotional hunger can make socializing feel like work, even if it's exactly what you need. I've learned this about myself. The longer I stay away from people, the harder it is to go back. But almost every time I do, I come home lighter, happier, and more alive. Sometimes the only cure for emotional hunger is a little emotional courage. Sign 5, You overfill your days, but still feel empty. Some of us react to emotional hunger by doing the opposite of withdrawing. We cram our schedules full. Coffee here, appointment there, errands everywhere. We keep moving, keep busy, hoping the emptiness won't catch up. But here's the catch. Activity isn't the same as connection. You can run from morning to night and never have a single moment of true emotional nourishment. It's like eating nothing but candy. You're full, but you're not fed. When you look at your calendar, ask yourself, which of these things actually fills me? Which of them makes me feel closer to someone or to myself? If the answer is not many, it might be time to make space for fewer tasks and more heart. Sign 6. You feel a constant low-level sadness. This isn't the deep grief of loss. It's not the sharp sting of a bad day. It's more like a shadow that follows you, a quiet sadness you can't quite name. That's the weight of emotional hunger. Your body's fine, your bills are paid, but something inside is starving. The good news? It's not permanent. Emotional nourishment can be rebuilt through connection, purpose, laughter, and meaning. It starts with noticing the hunger, naming it, and then, one small step at a time, feeding your heart again. If any of these signs sounded familiar, please know you're not alone. Emotional hunger in retirement is more common than we admit, but it's not a life sentence. You can find ways to be seen again. You can rebuild deep conversations. You can fall in love with your passions all over. And you can fill your days with moments that matter. Start small. Reach out to one person. Accept one invitation. Share one story you've been keeping inside. Because retirement isn't meant to be an emotional drought. It's meant to be a season of abundance. If this message spoke to you, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here where no one fades into the background. And I'd love for you to be part of it.